Look, it's a flood.
It's a flood.
It's flooding.
Get away.
Quick, we need to get to higher ground.
Open the floodgates.
Don't even see my face in your top 8.
Go ahead. Nah, you started it. You gotta finish it. Come on.
The actual Gym Class Heroes song?
Oh, is that what you were doing?
Yeah. I don't even see my face in your top 8.
Oh, God. Who could you imagine the damage a top 8 would do in today's society?
Ooh, this is actually a juicy topic.
Is it?
Oh my god.
Is it?
What do you think the suicide rates would be?
Whew, come on. You know how personally Gen Z takes everything?
Screenshots galore.
Everything as an attack, right? Like, people would just start...
People are gonna get dumped by just, like, putting them knife.
Well, that's how it used to be, remember? Like, that's how you would know it was official, right? Like, nowadays it ain't official until it's Facebook official, right? Until you claim them online, right? You post that picture of them. Back in the day, you know how it was. Like, when somebody pulled you out their top 8, yo, you texted them immediately. You was like, the fuck is that about? Huh? You want to explain that to me?
AIM
like,
also is another...
Shit was all good just a week ago. Right, yeah, you hopped on AIM, right? And they had their little...
You saw their go-away message?
Yeah, their little away message was up, but it's like, nah, because you online every time. Every night you online at this time. Now all of a sudden...
Did you mean to make that a rhyme? Because you kind of just spit that in the line.
Listen, now your top 8 then changed up. All of a sudden you got your away message up. Like, oh, okay, nah, you can't play with me like that.
You don't even got me on 9th. You got me unlisted.
You better two-way me right now. Where that chirp at? Hey, listen.
Got the whole city behind us.
Try to figure out
why you took me out.
Why? Why would you play with my heart like that?
You know how dated that fucking song is? They're like, I saw it on my sidekick. I'm like, yo.
The flip phones going crazy.
These kids don't appreciate Gym Class Heroes.
They do appreciate flip phones, though. They brought that motherfucking Motorola Razr back. I still have yet to see anybody with the Motorola Razr. Y'all wanted that shit so bad, yet everybody's still out here clacking away on the iPhones with your little fucking touch screens and shit. Hey,
T9 is a different language, yo.
and I sound anymore like a Gen Zer. I'm not.
No, T9 is a fucking, like...
It's
if
like
people really wanted to,
point.
At this point, like, you could send shit in T9, like, the full tapped out numbers, and it could confuse people.
Without looking still? Listen.
I can't do it without looking still.
So, that's why I said, so is T9 like Morse code?
Yeah, I think so. No, I think so. I think so. It's modern Morse code.
Sending out a fucking telegram.
111
Click.
55.
Listen, that's why, look.
Hashtag. People don't know what the hashtag was used for back then. That was the space button.
Bring T9 back, right? Like, y'all don't realize how lucky you have it with the whole fucking keyboard on your phone. Do you know how many less internet arguments there would be if you had to type things out in T9 still?
People just wouldn't put the effort in.
Bring back T9. Delete the trolls, right? Like, no, I could have done better than delete the trolls, but you get the point.
You take the 280 character max, divide it by the number of buttons you actually need to press to say what you want to say.
Jesus Christ. You gotta be a real angry motherfucker to argue with somebody over T9, dog. You stupid bitch. I'm so tired of your there
wasn't even fucking autofill.
Right.
There wasn't autofill or spell check.
Could you imagine drunk texting somebody in T9, dog?
I can remember the days. Those were the days.
Oh my god, son. It's crazy.
They were talking about a That 2000 show, right?
I'm offended.
I'm actually, at this point, thinking about it, like these jokes, I'm about it.
No, I'm offended. I'm offended because my childhood is not some kind of parody for your entertainment, Stranger Things. Okay?
Culture industry.
am not that fucking old yet. It is a weird concept to like, do you know like what kind of slap? This is why Gen Z has no respect for anybody older than 26, right? Because y'all are literally making the 2000s like people just a slap in 30-year-olds' faces.
I think millennials are too obsessed with the idea of age. Because we are so constantly recycling things from the 90s over and over that as time continues to go farther, all we do is look back at the things that we have and they just keep recycling through the culture industry to keep processing money and plaguing on our nostalgia, that it always just feels like culture never progresses and we just get older, which always just makes us feel the crushing, impending abyss of our own death more because we're not doing anything new with our lives.
I really, really, really thought you were trying to sneak an intro in just now because the level of preamble was rising up and crashing through. And if you know, like I know, Doc always gonna take the lead.
I'm up here on deck. No pun intended.
Are you gonna say your name?
Oh, I'm Ziggy with the backbeat.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw the changeup while I'm bringing the heat. Stand up to the plate so I can bench you in 3.
And putting our phone on silent so it don't make a beat.
You're damn right.
Welcome back to your favorite weekly pop culture digest. We are back to bring our pop perspective to put the culture in context.
And make the mainstream make as much sense as we can, because I just showed Doc an Instagram post from Yay. And the caption is, "There's some real ones still here," and it's a headshot of Kyrie Irving. So
hey, so you already know we about to get into it and make some dollars. While we talk about the crazy shit that's been going on this week, to keep y'all up to date, you know where you can find us. That's at the Flood Pod on everything.
And that is on everything. And we're coming out of the gate super hot with one of our signature segments, Florida versus everybody.
Look, up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane!
Florida man's.
Making this the most Florida story of the week.
And for this little feature, we brought along resident friend of the pod,
Ashley.
More than a friend of the pod.
more than a friend of the pod, Master Ash, Pokemaster, also
Ashley MD.
hairstylist. I feel like Ashley MD is cool, right?
Like a doctor.
Yeah. Would you consider yourself a doctorate of the styling of hair?
I'd say, but I'm a creator of a doc.
In this game, Florida versus everybody, I find headlines from Florida and or around the world.
So everybody.
Read them to Doc and you will have to guess if they are from Florida or everywhere else. And bonus points if you can guess where it's from.
Okay. Sounds good.
We're gonna start off with, police were called for a woman screaming, "Let me out." It was a parrot.
Is that what the headline says, or
Yes,
did you just paraphrase that?
That is what the headline says.
That is literally the
That
text.
is literally
of
what the headline says.
I feel like that's like Brazil.
I don't feel like that's a bad guess, because where else, like, alright, but that also is very Florida-y. Like,
I don't think they spend that much time with their animals to get them to know that much.
They have gators in their backyard.
and
They
iguanas
don't
that
own.
fall from trees. Like, a very bad iguana problem. I'm going with Florida.
is Florida.
Wow.
It's okay.
Impossible.
I've been playing this game for a while.
1 Doc to
Impressive.
0 Ashley.
That's okay.
Man screaming at spider, "Why don't you die?" triggers full police response. Multiple officers arrive at home to find man with serious fear of arachnids trying to kill a spider.
So, hold on. He was screaming, "Why don't you die?" at the spider so loud that it made his neighbors call the police.
Yes.
Absolutely. I feel like this
I
has
don't
gotta
fuck
be
with
Florida.
spiders. I don't fuck with spiders like that, right? Like, I respect them. They are very majestic, yet extremely ugly creatures. They're very good at what they do.
They also don't really fuck with people, despite what
They don't.
arachnophobics think.
Yeah, they don't really bother people, is what I believe my co-host meant. Could you imagine?
No, I'm just thinking as a
Could
neighbor,
you-
like,
right, that's what I'm saying.
That can't see that it's a spider, and you just hear your neighbor screaming,
Why don't you
die?
leave? Why don't you die? Just leave.
It makes me
Just
wonder
go.
how many other times he's been strange to the neighbors that they thought they should probably call this time.
He's in a really toxic relationship. You know, they probably just need therapy, actually. I think therapy would fix a lot
What
of
if he
what's
lives
going
alone with a
on.
dog?
Oh man.
They've never seen. They've never
Tired
seen
of
his
paying for
spouse.
your dog food. Why don't you just die?
So I'm going with Ohio. This totally seems like a story that would come out of someplace very, very boring.
So not Florida.
Not Florida. Ohio.
Ashley?
It could have been like Tennessee.
This is Australia.
Damn. Well, hold on. Crikey. That makes a lot of sense.
Really?
Yeah.
Spiders because they're huge out there.
Well, yeah, and they have
Also,
like,
in Australia, everything is trying to kill you, everything.
like
Why
some of
don't you die?
well, Australian people would argue that they don't have bears other than the koala, right? And like, what's that gonna do other than give you chlamydia? So,
Kangaroos will fuck you up,
yeah.
yo.
kangaroos are not bears.
Yeah, but that's what they have instead of.
I would rather fight a kangaroo than a grizzly bear.
Oh, well.
Would you rather?
Let's take this to Tekken and find out.
Would you rather fight a full-grown kangaroo or a adolescent black bear?
Is this hand to hand?
Black bears are the friendly ones, though,
Is this
right?
both hand to hand?
Yeah, like Liam Neeson, what's that wolf movie? Like Grey style. Right, so I guess you get like scotch bottles taped to your hand.
No, I'd rather fight the bear because that kangaroo is going to break your limb with one kick.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Really?
Yep. That kangaroo is gonna fuck you up.
Y'all
That's like
are
Australian
smoking-
geese.
Y'all are smoking. That is true.
Black bears are the more friendly ones. We've talked about this recently.
I'm not
right?
trying to get fucking bit. Y'all keep forgetting
You don't
how
think
like
that kangaroo
strong.
can bite you?
Not like a bear can. Fuck out of here. I'm
Pop
not.
culture has me believe it's easier to make friends with a bear than it is a kangaroo.
You
Kangaroo
still-
Jack was a fucking asshole.
So what you're saying is you think under the parameters of the situation I've set up here that you can make friends with the bear I've sent to fight you?
Flesh wounds aren't as. Their flesh wounds are
So you
easier
think
to take care
you
of
think
than
a
broken
kangaroo
bones.
is probably you think a kangaroo is more likely to do internal damage?
I think I would be better. I think I would probably be better off recovering from a bite wound that doesn't shatter bone than a fucking kangaroo destroying my femur. Like,
Plus your arm, plus your face, plus whatever it wants to, depending how pissed.
and then it
is
goes
at
full
you.
cartoon mode on you and just jumps on you over and over.
I'm disappointed.
Dude, that's like spinal damage.
I'm disappointed in the both of y'all. Although I will.
Australian geese. You think geese will stop when you're down?
I think I would choke the fuck out of a goose.
A flock of geese.
Listen,
They don't travel. They don't travel alone.
I'm gonna go smash.
They're
mallet.
stronger in numbers. They're
I'm
like the
gonna-
Wu-Tang
I
clan of the
will
animal
go
kingdom.
Smash mallet on a flock of geese. If you don't think I'm A-Town stomping my way a path up out of all of them geese and then serving Thanksgiving dinner like it ain't nobody business, Boy, keep playing with me.
A firing squad is more humane than having to fight
Hang
geese.
on. I will say, my sister, at like 16 years old, just rustled on the ground and rolled with a geese and killed it. So, all she had to do was twist that neck the right way and tumble around
That's
with
what
it.
I'm saying.
That goose was sent out by itself as a purging of the flock.
If you've seen a kangaroo,
Only the strong geese survive.
You must have been a geese in a
I'm
past
saying
life.
a kangaroo's chest looks like it's really easy to cave in if you're fast enough, right? Like, I get that they have, like, dexterity and leg strength, but have you seen their arms? They're really tiny. Like, if you can grab it, you could break a kangaroo's arm pretty easily, right? Like, you're not breaking a bear's arm, dog. You literally...
But
like,
it doesn't need its
I
little
can
flappy
choke.
arms.
I can choke a kangaroo out. Ain't no way I'm choking Smokey the Bear out.
You might be surprised.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
I do know that kangaroos will wait in
Get
lakes
off the shit.
to choke people or to drown people, and they will lure predators into bodies of water so they can drown them.
I also know that
weird.
this man
It's
who
weird.
dated 35 women and told each of them he had a different birthday, so he regularly received gifts, is arrested for fraud.
Okay, so I want to play two games here. Boss move or soft move?
Soft move. That's too many. Well, I mean, no. I guess.
what is your
Hold on,
limit?
No. I guess it would. I guess at that point I would say boss move because you can't be putting that much emotional investment into each of them.
35.
You can't gaslight that many people effectively.
35, right?
And then I'm thinking of the Tinder swindler, and I'm like, you totally might be able to fully gaslight 35 people at the same time
Okay,
like that.
so boss move or soft move?
Awesome.
35 birthday presents, dog? Come on, like,
Coming from
you...
somebody who's literally not planning on dating any of these people long term, it's just short term, 3 to 6 months.
Ooh, let's double down. There's only
What you-
52 weeks in a year, right?
what you
So he
mean?
set it up so he would get paid
I mean,
like
it'd be worth it if you
once
wanted some
every, like
gifts.
twice every 3 weeks. So literally,
It's kind of a boss move, dog. The last time, when was the last time you seen
hold
30...
on. I wanted. It's a boss move if he told each and every one of them it was an open relationship.
When
100,000% a
He
boss
wouldn't
move
need
then.
to. He'd wait. 3
when
to 6
was
months
the
and-
last time you seen 35 birthday presents? I guarantee you it was before you hit double digits, my nigga.
I was a spoiled white kid.
Ah.
Shit, you'd be fine with just having one a month, 12, right? Like, you could
Right.
really.
That's crazy. That's crazy. 35, he could.
Maybe he was in a rich family.
So where?
growing up.
Florida or everywhere else?
New York or Rhode Island.
This sounds like a Parisian thing.
New York or Rhode Island?
Should I answer which one?
This was Japan.
Damn! Hey yo, shout
A
out
guy?
to Tuxedo
Wow.
Mask.
Wow.
I'm
Hey.
here for
Where in Japan?
it. Right?
You think I read this headline?
No,
I mean, it would just be interesting to know
How
what kind
did
of
you
people-
Not? I hate when you do that, dog. This sounds like an interesting story. The fuck?
I can find it again.
Yo, no, we don't have time. It's...
So, escaped king cobra crawls back to its terrarium.
Oh,
Did it get hurt? Is
San
that why?
Diego?
The San Diego Zoo.
Right. Chicago's got a zoo too, though.
I feel like this could be in a different. No, wait. You said
Yeah.
terrarium now.
It could totally be in a different country, right? Like, this could be Thailand on some
Or this
wild
could be
shit.
South America. Wait, Cobras in South America?
I mean, it's a zoo.
Sounds like a zoo.
Sounds like a zoo.
I'm gonna have to go with what you said then.
This is Sweden.
Would have never thought of cobras in Sweden.
Right? No!
The fuck is a cobra doing in Sweden?
I mean, once again, it's a zoo, most likely, right?
It is in
also,
fact a zoo.
But also, I don't know why, I just don't picture cobras in Sweden. Like, cobras in Sweden...
It was
sounds-
missing for over a week.
Hold on.
And then it just
hold on.
went back to its
Hold on.
terrarium.
it was hungry.
Cobras in Sweden sounds like a totally awesome punk rock band.
A
Excuse me.
terrible horror movie, too.
Yes, terrible horror movie. Like the
Cobras in
trilogy
Sweden would be an amazing girl punk rock band. Yes. All girl punk rock band.
Or a terrible trilogy to the Snakes on a Plane.
Alright, I need to go to bat for Snakes on a Plane. Snakes on a Plane absolutely falls into the category of amazing film because it's a terrible horror movie.
No, it's like Human Centipede, right? It's like Human Centipede 1, Human Centipede 2, and then Human Centipede Electric Boogaloo. No, that's not. It's like Snakes on a Plane, Snakes on a Boat, and then Cobras in Sweden.
If there pops up on SoundCloud an all-girl punk band called Cobras in Sweden,
then listen, oh my god, how have we not gone viral yet? Like, obviously, because we're...
The ideals, you gotta get them to talk about them in the comments.
No, it's because we're ahead of time. We're, like, ahead of the curve, but we're also, like,
we're
2 weeks
too far
behind.
ahead of the curve.
We're ahead of the curve, but we're 2 weeks behind, so the podcast is, like, a weird time loop. And people get really confused when they listen. But shout out to everybody who listens every week. We appreciate it.
We do know you all are out there. We've looked at enough of our stats to know that there are people that listen
to this weird time loop.
It may not be for very long, but you're out there.
Hey, if people can follow the Marvel Cinematic Timeline, then our podcast makes sense to somebody.
Yes.
Anyway,
a woman sues over the ban of feeding homeless people.
Oh, I just listened to this story earlier, so I will not answer this question.
Sues over the ban of... This could either be California or New York, because there's lots of homeless people in both places.
You're taking the wrong thought line here.
So can I help? You
Yes.
are on the... So your first guess was on the right coastline.
California.
So it's on the right side of the country.
It's on the left side of the country.
Well, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Don't who's on first me.
So, any of those states on that side? I'll go with Washington.
It is Arizona!
I didn't know. That sucks. There's lots of homeless people out there.
So it
cook
actually
on a rock. Shit.
I just read this one, so I can give a little context here. It is because of an ordinance that they just passed in an effort to, as the local municipal government claims, to fight against like pollution and like garbage and stuff like that. They claim that when people had events, so the ruling she got arrested on was distributing food in a public park without a permit. The ordinance is in an effort to fight like food waste and like cluttering and littering and stuff like that, because they claim that when people have these events they don't clean up after themselves, so they're trying to preserve these areas.
Arizona
but they don't
want to
preserve their people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This
Fuck
woman,
these people's lives over how pretty the land could be without them.
Anyway.
So she's allowed to... Well, this story I think is a little interesting,
Okay.
right? Because she's allowed to serve the homeless people food, she's just not allowed to do it in the park. So she moved like a mile up the road, and is still doing it, but there's no tables, right? There's no like trash facilities or anything like that. So they're like in like almost like a open concrete kind of field area, like an empty parking lot almost, and she's serving them food still. So Arizona is not saying that she can't feed the homeless. They're just saying that if she's going to do it in the park, she needs to pay for like a $250 permit that would allow her to distribute food that isn't already pre-packaged and available at grocery stores. And she needs to be able to also pay like fees and things for like cleaning services and stuff afterwards, because you know, feeding the homeless has to be as inconvenient as possible, because feeding the homeless in the park, as Arizona just to provide time.
Because isn't that where a lot of them probably sleep?
Well, like she said, it made it easy because the park has amenities like tables and stuff for her to set up at and for them to eat at. Now they kind of have to take their food and go sit next to
on their
like
knees.
a fence and eat on their
what
knees.
the fuck?
Yeah. So
Man charged with DUI in his motorized wheelchair.
He's being neglectful.
wait, where was he riding the motor? You didn't read the article, did you?
No.
Nah.
There's a little blurb. I know what. Alright, so he was pulled over on a bridge.
Oh, okay. All right.
So even
And he
if there is
not-
a sidewalk.
and I'm assuming he's not on the sidewalk. I'm assuming he's not
he's
on
getting
the...
pulled over for a DUI in
Yeah,
his motorized
I'm assuming
wheelchair.
he's not on the sidewalk. This sounds like Minnesota. Also Catalonia.
I'm gonna say...
Y'all just really can't get with the basic. This is Florida.
Oh, I
This
guess
is
the weather is
Florida.
really nice there.
Hold on. Now, I've got
why wouldn't you be out on
the
a bridge?
Florida already in this episode.
I just want to say, like, Minnesota? Why are people outside ever in Minnesota?
Because they're drunk.
Same as Chicago.
Oh, god damn it. I don't have a good answer to that.
Nobody does. That's why they use alcohol as an excuse. Ask T-Pain.
Or Tory
So-
Lanez.
What would you have guessed had you not known the answer?
I would have probably said Florida. Because you remember, I make these so they're like,
They sound like they're all from
yes,
Florida.
they all are supposed to sound like they're from Florida. Just like woman charged with sending swarm of bees on deputies after trying to be served an eviction notice.
So it wasn't her who was trying to be served the eviction notice. It was one of her friends. I do not remember where the story was, though. I do not think it was Florida, though. We saw this story.
I don't remember. That is on some wild shit. I'm trying to
It
think.
was Massachusetts.
Oh.
Hey! Shout out to the Ivy League state.
Wow. I didn't think B.
Yes, I know there are more states with Ivy League schools than
Sounds
Be
like-
Quiet.
And the last one, man bites police dog. Woman punches officer.
What the hell?
This is one badass couple.
So the woman who literally sicked a horde of bees onto a police squadron was not bad.
I mean, that's all. That's like anime. Are you kidding me? Can you just imagine? Just like, all right, no. If you play Metal Gear Solid 3,
Is that no? Hold on.
Metal Gear Solid 3? The guy who just controls all the Hornets, like.
Is that an S tier class villain or is that like a C tier class villain?
Controlling all the bees?
Yes.
I mean, it's like a C tier class power, but you definitely get like a crazy episode and a half fight in an anime with all your fucked up bees.
So from like C being the lowest to S being
No,
the
S
highest.
is the
Grade
low.
level?
No, I said S.
Oh, S being the high.
I'm not going all. First
Yeah,
of
'cause you
all,
said
B control. S is like, yeah, like that's like
Satisfactory.
S is like A plus.
Super.
The ability to control bees as
Yeah.
a power?
Is no lower than C for sure.
Yeah, no. If you get creative with those bees, like if you can train them to like where they're spelling shapes and shit
Right,
in
because
the air,
one, does that power stop at bees or does it include hornets and wasps?
considering they just said bees, we're gonna stick with bees.
So,
So it's like the bee version of squirrel.
okay, so would you rank that as a superpower? Because I said that's no lower than
That's
C.
no lower than C.
From C to S
I feel
class.
like it sounds like.
You know, I don't remember exactly how she got the bees. They like shook the bees up and then like I guess like
Agitated them.
threw them. Yeah, like they agitated them and then threw them at the
And they only
police.
gave them one way to go. That's some classic military tactics. Funnel them into a narrow space.
Nigga, that's some classic Batman. That's like Adam West Batman villain like type shit.
I wonder if you'd have to like put honey all over the officers first.
It's like that one.
No.
It's like that one story we did a while ago where neighbor beats up guy beats up neighbor with fists covered in peanut butter. Knowing he's allergic.
It is though, right? Right? Because like, no, they were trying to charge this woman with like some serious charges on the fact that, you know, any one of those officers could have been allergic to bees, right? Hypothetically speaking.
Non-0%
The chance, right, that this woman may have been like committing an attempted murder level type crime by seeking bees, right? Yeah.
Question is,
At the
does
least,
DA have enough time to go for that?
at the least, it's a manslaughter charge, right? Like, aggravated assault, like.
I mean, shoot, if they really
About
want, it could be
bees.
premeditated. Like, charging the bees with fucking murder?
Oh my
No,
God, what is
no,
this,
no,
a Jerry
charging the
Seinfeld
woman
movie?
Charging the woman first.
You wouldn't tell me that they'd be like, alright, we're gonna gas all these bees, and PETA wouldn't come out and be like, those were an endangered species of bees!
No, Kanye would come out and be like, the bees had it coming.
Anyway,
That was a
guy
very...
biting the dog and woman punching the officer.
This is at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like very Florida.
That. Sure.
Germany! Hey, yo! That's good!
Bring the canine unit. We don't give a fuck about your canine.
No, apparently not. Speaking of
I'm
terrible...
thinking, like, alright, can you imagine, like, they call the canine unit, and then the couple goes, like, alright, Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of a top bitch. Form of a Doberman. And then it's like, the guy drops to all fours, and he's just, like, going dogfighting with the officer, while the woman just walks up and clocks the other guy in the face.
What was the first thing you said? Form of a top bitch?
Yeah.
So by your Wonder Twin logic, the one twin can only turn into different kinds of dogs,
Yeah.
right? And the other twin can turn into social media influencers? I don't understand how your Wonder Twin powers
Basically,
work.
She-Hulk. And the guy turns into a dog. There's nothing to be read into there at all.
I feel like what you're trying to do is aggravate all the alpha pods that we're surrounded by until we eventually catch beef with one of them, right? Like,
Am I doing a bad job at it?
well, none of them are beefing with us yet. So.
Alright, let's pull up some names of them and we'll just start saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck the shoes.
You want to talk about controversy, like...
Anyway, that was all of the stories I had for Florida versus
Everybody.
And I'm kind of disappointed in how you... I mean, I can't hold your specific location guesses against you. But... I'm a little disappointed. I thought you guys would have gotten some of these.
So, first of all,
First time,
I'm
and
gonna
like,
I'm gonna
oh.
edit, and when I go back and edit this video, I will put in the tally of how many each one have got. But I feel like, you know, I got some. Ashley may or may not have gotten one or two. But
your batting average is like 600 on it.
is that a? I don't know baseball, so is,
600, or 60%. 60%.
so
So
batting
if
for
somebody-
1,000
If somebody bats 300,
for
they get a
1,000.
hit.
yeah,
30%
30% of the time. I mean, that's not awful for an amateur.
No,
I
that's
guess.
incredible for anyone.
Oh, okay.
Like, batting 300 is incredible for anybody. There's a Hall of Fame baseball player who said, when I die, all I want on my tombstone was I batted 300.
And I'm batting double that.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing this for a long time, right? You know, when you practice a lot, right? Like, you know, when you're really out there on the field and you've got that chalk on your gloves and, you know, you're gripping that wood the way you do early in the morning and you feel like it's just you and the ball in the stands.
I don't think they all want to hear.
I was gonna let him go with that because I think he was doing it on purpose, and if he wasn't,
I was. I was. You know, sometimes you gotta swing away until you really crack juice out that joint. And, you know, when you got your back to the wall and it's really getting sticky, shout out to Drake.
shout out to Nori.
You gotta look that umpire in the face and you gotta tell him, I call the shots, buddy. And right now, what I'm calling is a break.
You take a sound, any sound, record it, and then change its nature by a multiplicity of operations. You record it at different speeds, you play it backwards, you add it to itself over and over again. You adjust filters, echoes, acoustic qualities, you combine segments of magnetic tape. By these means and many others, you can create sounds which no one has ever heard before.
Our life.
My mic sounds nice. Check one.
And we're back with more hot tickety takes. Hey Ashley, as we're rolling in here, I don't think you've ever done an island before, have you?
No, I haven't.
Would you like to present an island to the listeners and the viewers?
And an island is which a belief that cannot be moved. And we have to determine it floats. So, Ashley, what is your island?
I have to say that I don't believe the new mullet called the wolf cut for women should be a thing. At least not for everyday people. If you're gonna get hair color done with it often and keep it touched up, it can kind of look cool. But other than that, same with the rat tail. The rat tail's coming.
Ew, absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely not.
No.
Some people really love the wolf cut for women.
No, what?
No.
It's
What?
actually a problem of a lot of women that were in their 20s and 30s in the 90s.
Hold on.
Did you say?
When you say women with mullet, what do you imagine?
So, first and foremost, either Pat Benatar or Roseanne, right? And both of those references may be a little dated for some
But
people.
that goes
No,
to show
Roseanne
how
never.
old the mullet
No,
is.
Roseanne never had a mullet. But Roseanne just makes me. The name Roseanne makes me think mullet.
Pat Benatar, rock that shit.
Also, did you say they're calling it the wolf cut now?
Yes.
So cougars are rocking a wolf cut.
Oh, they're wearing
A
the
wolf in
hide.
sheep's clothing.
A wolf in cougar's clothing.
No, a cougar in wolf's clothing.
She gonna end up with some sheep.
Some simps.
Don't let the wolf get close either.
Speaking of Pat Benatar, heartbreaker,
So-
dream maker.
I know that the wolf cut, aka the mullet, was coming back amongst dudes because of like Stranger Things and stuff like that. I didn't know that women were wearing.
It's more common amongst women.
Is
The
it really?
men do the fade up to the kind of mohawk mullet.
Somehow I feel like that's much worse.
Doc, you know how we said that if we're gonna get ourselves canceled, it's gonna be me or you that gets us canceled, no one else?
Are you about to get us canceled over mullets?
Look, if I see a woman with a mullet, I'm assuming she's a lesbian.
So Ashley kind of hinted on that earlier, where she...
A certain type of woman?
Because I said Roseanne, right?
And she is a lesbian, so...
Roseanne was married to John Goodman, sir.
Oh, you mean in the show? No, I'm you know what? I'm thinking of Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh yeah,
That's
Rosie
who I
O'Donnell
was
is
thinking
a
of.
lesbian, isn't she?
My bad, no.
Yeah.
Roseanne, I don't think is
Roseanne
a lesbian.
is the one who baked Jew cookies in the oven and burnt them. Remember?
Jew cookies? What are those?
Cookies that were made to look like Jewish people because she burnt them in the oven.
Whoa.
Yeah, you don't remember? That's one of the things that led to her getting canceled.
That's that one her show, like the recent one in the last
that was
7 years.
On
that was a reboot one?
No, she was on. No, that was a thing she did for Twitter. Kind of like how Kathy Griffin
did the Donald Trump beheaded thing.
Yeah. Roseanne did that, but with Jew cookies.
Oh my god.
So
she needs to fire her PR firm.
For everybody acting like Kanye, actually said some shit. And you know what? Okay, so before we go into this.
Well, you know why else? It's because everybody was expecting it from Roseanne because she's older and she's from that time. He's more new age and should be...
We'll go into
As
that.
a straight white man, I say that this island floats because if I see a woman with a mullet, I'm assuming she's a lesbian.
I cannot wait till we have Allie on the podcast.
One more.
Our resident lesbian.
What would you think about a woman if you saw her having a rat tail?
Ew.
Even more of a lesbian.
So how is a rat tail different from a ponytail braid? Is it because of where it's positioned on the head?
Say she has the undercut and she has hair from the back of the ears up, and then just at the very bottom hairline,
stem has hair.
No, I'm imagining full G.I. Jane, right? But with a rat tail in the back.
What's
right?
G.I. Jane?
Buzz cut. Military buzz cut.
Oh yeah, that's typically what it is.
But with a rat tail.
That's typically.
All right. At what point of length does it no longer become a rat tail, and then it becomes a mega raticate tail? Because I'm imagining a rat tail. It stops
inches.
at the top of your spine where you can feel your first vertebrae.
No,
but if it went all the way down to your
here.
back, I'd be like, that's.
So
that's
you're talking
an
Master Roshi type shit, right?
No, more like Pai Mei from Kill Bill.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But
because Master Roshi
was bald.
You know where I see it most though? Little boys. The women want their little boys to keep that little flippy hair in the back, looking like a little ducktail just hanging out back there.
I hear that look goes great with gas station sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that your island floats.
As will I.
I don't think anybody should be wearing a wolf cut, nor should anybody be wearing a rat tail, for that matter.
I don't know why either were things.
However, if you could pick one celebrity you would think would be most likely to bring the rat tail back, which celebrity would it be, and why is it Johnny Depp?
I was gonna say Doja Cat.
Well, yeah, because she just shaved her head, right? And it would be, I feel like that's the next step in her level of trollery is to come back with the fucking rat tail. But I also feel like I would not put it past Johnny Depp.
There's one answer. Ezra Miller.
Ooh, I thought you were gonna say Fred Durst.
Ezra Miller.
Do you really think Ezra Miller would be for?
Fucking-lutely, they would try to do it.
I see your Ezra Miller, and I up you a Shia LaBeouf.
I feel like that's a money line bet.
What's that one dude? Oh god, I can't think of his name right now. He's the one that does the cowboy song.
Lil Nas X?
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, actually, she might have a point.
Lil Nas X.
I feel like would grow a rat tail just to be really subversive.
Just to be like, I grew a rat tail.
Subversive.
Bring the Twitter.
We already made a song with, what's his name, Billy,
He's president of League of Legends
Cyrus.
right now. Lil Nas X.
He's also like the fucking like cover man for Coach, I think.
Oh.
Right, Coach Cologne.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Lil Nas X is hilarious.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. That he is definitely King Troll.
He's absolutely King Troll.
He is King. And you know what? If I
He is a
had,
troll with the production staff.
if I had to pick King Troll, I feel like it would be if like you had to pick King Troll for an anime, it would be like a Lil Nas X kind of character.
Oh, you mean like... Alright, are we gonna say like... Are we gonna pick the trolliest character in anime? Or are you saying we're designing an anime character to be King Troll?
No, I'm
Because
saying
if it's if you're saying Lil Nas X is an anime character, you basically just have Ruby Rod.
so. What I'm actually saying is Lil Nas X is also doing a partnership with Vitamin Water right now, and if you've seen the commercial for it,
Hopefully he has a commercial with 50.
it's very like JoJo-esque, and he looks like a Stan, but in like the Lil Nas X way, where he's kind of got like a weird mankini thing on, but he's also like bejeweled at the same time, and he's telling you to drink vanilla vitamin water, which
Ew, what?
just-
Vanilla water? Coconut water?
probably it's all very like over sexualized.
That's like everything with Lil Nas X,
full
though.
of innuendos, right? And you know that's what I expect from King Troll.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying, right? Is for like people to like not know whether or not this nigga is like obviously he's gay,
Yes.
right? But like how gay is he?
Is he trying to convert everyone else into being gay?
Gay?
Levels of gay.
It's like with Taj.0, right? Like Taj would make super like gay jokes, and you would sometimes you would be like, I don't know, maybe it's likely like he did enough gay stuff on the show that I'm like, this nigga is totally at least kissed another dude, right? Like,
I mean, no. Do you remember like the scene in The Wire where you have seen The Wire, right?
yes, I've seen it.
Okay, I was talking with a bunch of people recently
Ashley,
from
have you
Maryland,
seen
and
The Wire?
they've never seen
No,
The Wire.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
So you've never
But
seen
like when Omar was laying in bed with his boyfriend, and like his boyfriend said something, and Omar was just like, "Stop being gay," like.
Because you can still use it in other ways, I guess, right?
At a certain point, it is just kind of like an innuendo we use to describe, not even an innuendo, like a slang term we use to describe certain things, right? You
It's
remember?
like being
Why? Just like
silly
saying
or
gay
dumb.
shit?
Do you remember the whole
Is
don't
that what
say?
you mean?
Yeah. Do you remember the whole don't say gay movement that came around like the early 2010s?
Oh yeah.
When the anti-bullying thing became like I remember commercials, right, where like it would be two teen kids standing in line at a McDonald's, and one of them would call like the other one gay for ordering a Happy Meal or some shit, and like somebody behind them would be like, you know, you shouldn't use gay as a slur, that's offensive, right? And it was like I was like, I guess.
Or it's
right?
like me wanting to fuck this person that has the same sex as me is not nearly as bad as you doing that stupid shit over there. So don't call them what I am because you're doing stupid shit over there.
Ordering a Happy Meal does not make you a homosexual, sir.
Accessorizing.
Takes a lot
Nor
more
does
work than
taking
just
naps.
that.
It does, however, make you a wasteful participant in the economy, because Happy Meal prices are going, or as we would like to say on the pod, Happy Meal prices are rising up. No, but seriously, Idiot for Fun went viral on Idiot for Laugh went viral on TikTok just recently for complaining about the price of one of his favorite fast food menu items. I think it was like a Baconator and fries from Wendy's. He complained that, you know, the total price of the average Baconator meal was around like $14.
Yeah, that's Wendy's for you.
And so
Let me tell you. So, I do DoorDash deliveries, right? And because of that, like, late night, I'll just get McDonald's, like, after I dropped off a delivery from McDonald's on my way home, right? And I've noticed that the sodas went from $1 every size to $1.39. The daily deal where you get a large fry with your purchase is now a medium fry. You can get the $1 free fry, or the $1 fry.
Which is a small, probably.
No, it's a large. Like
What? But you know hash browns are like $2.79.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the daily deal used to be a free large fry. Now it's a free medium fry. But you can get the daily deal for the large fry for $1.
fuck that. McDonald's doesn't even have a $1 menu anymore. The McDouble is now $2.99, right? That
You can
shit
get
used
3
to
of them
be
for
on-
three. Not 3. You can get 2 of them for $3.50.
It's still
like
more than it used to be.
$1.75 a piece, right? Like
Still way more than it used to be. I could see
Taco
adding
Bell,
50
no, like
cents.
Taco Bell is legit expensive. I went and I got a
Yeah.
55 lire burrito, you know, cheesy double beef burritos, and it was like $9.
Taco
upping their
Bell, I
game.
feel like can at least justify it by claiming that they have seriously upped their quality of food, right, in the last like 10 years.
Yeah, McDonald's prices definitely don't account for the
no,
fucking service
No,
you get.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
I feel like
Nowhere,
a lot of these fast food restaurants were kind of like anticipating having to pay their workers more, so that so they increase their prices, anticipating like some kind of like legal legislation that would make them have to pay people a livable wage.
And they still can't manage to keep employees.
And McDonald's is super egregious because
I could be standing in a McDonald's and wait 5 or 10 minutes before somebody even acknowledges my existence.
not only
Yeah.
have their prices gone up, but their service continues to be the worst rated in the country, right? And guess what? McDonald's don't give a fuck because all they gotta do is partner with some streetwear company and y'all niggas gonna line up around the block to get adult Happy Meals because you motherfuckers is so sick for that capitalism, son. It's
The McDonald's that I go to all the time has not had it for...
the adult Happy Meals.
Yeah, they
no,
haven't
they're
had it.
done. They're done because people like the hype beast around the country.
And yet the
wore that
display is
shit
still
out.
up.
2 Subway combo meals is like $32 in some places.
Fast food is getting to the point where it is neither fast nor cheap.
And that's if you're going to pick it up yourself. Like, God forbid you're ordering that shit through DoorDash. and
Hey!
spending like $42.
Yo!
Or Uber Eats, excuse me. God forbid you're ordering through Uber Eats and spending like $52
I am pro boycotter of any of those things.
It's
a lot of the times I really wonder, I'm like, alright, you really are that, like some of the places I'm like,
Plus
hold on,
tip.
it's like a 2-mile delivery for like a sausage McMuffin.
Right.
And they'll give me like $6.50, and I'm like,
Are they
I mean,
at
I'll
work?
do it, but why?
Are they at work?
No! Just at their house.
I
Might
mean,
be like 2 in the afternoon. Or
They don't
like,
have a car, maybe?
maybe, and some people listen. Some people got obligations. I've DoorDashed like what.
I'm not
people
gonna lie, a
assume
lot of them are
stupid
like
shit.
kids with parents' credit cards.
I've DoorDashed stupid shit because the baby is asleep and I want something to eat, and I'm not gonna like wake the baby up so I can go get something to eat, right? And
Yeah.
it's like I'll eat that right now, right? I'll pay $30 for a smoothie because the baby is asleep.
But that's for us to get one too, me and Des.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but there are people out there who are saying that at this point, fast food prices are getting so expensive that they're going grocery shopping for the first time in forever because it makes way more sense at this point. So I happily think that this is the system eating itself alive, these corporations are getting to a point where they are so greedy, right, that they are willing to potentially alienate probably their target market, right, in order to maintain a profit margin.
By leaning on delivery services, possibly?
Not just leaning on delivery services, right, but like you have to think about it. Rich people don't, I'm not going to say rich people don't spend their money on fast food, but how often do you really think they're going to eat at McDonald's? You know who eats at McDonald's? Poor people, out of convenience. And the more you continue to raise your prices, you are pricing out your target market.
Yep. Fact.
The system is eating itself alive. So these places like Wendy's, who will claim that, you know, they are raising their prices because they have increased their quality and lineup of food choices, are going to be exposed for the fact that they are meeting industry standards at this point, right?
You know what's terrible? Popeyes is now, like, if I'm looking at McDonald's prices, and I'll be like, shit, it's only $3 more to go and get a way bigger meal at Popeyes, which is better food.
So a lot of people are saying it's a better option to go eat at an actual restaurant, right, than to order fast food. Because these are restaurant prices. Like, a fucking $14, like, meal from Wendy's is what you would pay getting a chicken sandwich from, like, a fucking Applebee's or something like that. So I was just saying while you were upstairs that I feel like this is really just the system eating itself alive, because as these fast food places continue to increase their prices, they are really just pricing out their target market, because rich people don't eat at McDonald's. You know, they eat at Ruth Chris. Ruth Chris is their McDonald's.
I mean, South Park did an entire season about a Whole Foods.
Right, exactly. Like, you know, they're not, poor people eat at fast food places out of convenience. And when these fast food places start to hit a point where they are just as expensive as going to like an Applebee's, right? Like a $14 Wendy's order is the same thing as like a $14 order at Applebee's. Which one would you rather eat? Even though it's Applebee's.
You make fun of Applebee's, but Applebee's is still better than McDonald's.
Right. If an Applebee's and a Wendy's was all that was in a town you had just traveled to,
and the same price,
where would you go eat?
Makes you wonder what Applebee's is going to be doing, how expensive they're going to become.
Well, yeah. Well, those places, I don't know. I really don't feel like those restaurants have kind of raised their prices, though. Like, even though there is this worker shortage right now, like, they're having a hard time finding, like, wait staff and things
I mean, like, but you can get a dinner for two people at Applebee's for $50-$60.
Right, so please explain to me why fast food restaurants are steadily increasing their prices. Right, McDonald's has absolutely demolished the dollar menu.
Taco Bell, like, the only thing you can get under $1 now is like the set of twists, the smallest size,
but like
and a cheese roll-up.
Like I said, Taco Bell is the only one that makes sense to me, because they are the only ones that have actually improved the quality of food that you get from them for the price range.
And Chick-fil-A has always been great. Taste
for straight people.
Chick-fil-A has consistently won customer service approval for the entire United States for what, like 3 years in a row?
And it is their pleasure.
That's all. I feel like we've loved that place since we were little.
I tweeted back at Chick-fil-A. I was like, I went in there to pick up an order, and I said thank you, and they said you're welcome. How are we going to rectify this situation?
It's my pleasure.
McDonald's is currently America's least favorite fast food restaurant. And it totally makes sense when you take the service into conclusion.
Oh, the service is fucking the worst.
Dunkin' Donuts, too,
like,
sucks.
I literally
Dunkin' Donuts rated higher than McDonald's did.
I will be at McDonald's, see my order on the counter, literally say, that's my order. Somebody will look at me, turn around. Say, that's my order, and the number, same thing. Person will look at me and turn around, and I'm like, it's gotten to the point where, alright, I'm venting right now. It's gotten to the point where if I'm sitting there for long enough, I'm just gonna literally start saying, like, that's my number, but not that's my number. I'm just going to start repeating the number. Like it's fucking SpongeBob.
So it's behind the counter and you can't get it?
Or no, like it's fucking Billy from Billy and Mandy going, destroy us all! Destroy us all! Destroy us all! Except I'll just go like, EV4! 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 Until they give me my fucking order. And they'll be like, that's really annoying. And I'll be like, then give me my fucking order sooner.
So if they've set it down and you can't go over the counter and reach it?
No.
And they're like, oh, we're waiting for somebody to come pick it up from like a telephone order, you know, like the app order.
No, like it'll literally be a number assigned to me of an order to pick up, and they'll be sitting there, and I'm just like, hey, that's the order that I need to take, the one that's already done. And they'll like look at me, like Jim Halpert looking at the fucking camera in the office, and then look. You don't understand that reference. That's a white
They pile them up. I didn't know it either.
So my question is, so this is clearly the beginning of the fast food wars that were predicted in Demolition Man, and we all know that Taco Bell will reign supreme according to Demolition Man. My question is which fast food restaurant do you think will be the first to fall?
KFC, because it's strictly
Burger King.
Popeyes.
Burger King. Oh, well, yeah, Popeyes is great.
No, I think Popeyes will actually last until like the last tier of the fast food wars. I'm offended that you said Burger King would be the first to fall. They are trying so hard to like rebrand themselves to like where they were in the 90s, because if you remember like Burger King in that, yes, and that's like Burger King keeps being like, you remember the 90s? Like, I know you guys remember the 90s,
I think
right?
the Burger King mascot is hilarious.
Remember when we were your favorite? We were your favorite, America, not Chick-fil-A. You remember there wasn't even a Chick-fil-A, but Burger King had your back. Chick-King, guys.
Well, if some of these places like Burger King would make their certain sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches, for instance,
Well, McDonald's falls
not
into
so
the
dry. They make shit dry. They make shit starchy. Everything's starchy. There's not a fresh fruit thing in their menu.
But Burger King's customer service rating was higher than McDonald's.
Well, yeah, no, their customer service, it's normally people that seem pretty humble and they're pretty nice.
So, you think it'll be KFC. I kind of agree with that, though, right? Because, like...
Their service isn't amazing.
Although, Asian people love KFC. That might be a little stereotypical to say.
Like, I actually have a couple of students in my globalization class who are from the East Asian countries, including China, and they're like, yeah, no, KFC is everywhere.
Yeah, I need y'all to get hip to Popeyes, though, because that is where it's at. Some people might say Churches, other people might say Bojangles, but like...
I've never heard of a Churches.
No, Church's chicken is pretty good.
It's also very cultural.
Yeah.
Where?
Our version of it would be hip-hop.
Hip-hop fish and chicken is so offensive, it's not even funny.
Know, right? Like, the first time I heard about hip-hop, and there's two hip-hops. It's not like it's just like a podunk thing. There's at least two hip-hop chickens.
I guess if I had to pick... Do pizza places count?
Pizza Bullies?
No, I was gonna say Papa John's.
You think they'll go out? Because their prices are going up?
Because they're racist.
Yeah, because Papa John keeps literally...
Their garlicky sauce.
I know, but Papa John like keeps literally like trying his best to like self-destruct it.
Well, I mean, he's gone now.
No, but he's like... Yeah, but he keeps like showing up at the gates like trying to take the monster down from the inside. He's like, I built this machine. I will destroy it myself.
They make a good, like, Hawaiian barbecue.
Use promo code Papa John's at mypillow.com.
Right. Well, I think that's a perfect place to end this little episode here. It's a quick little episode for you guys while we work on getting some other things wrapped up.
While I catch up on everything else, because I know there's a lot to catch up on. Remember spicy ketchup at Burger King?
Spicy ketchup, sriracha ketchup?
No. There was like that like Zing ketchup or something. It's like it came out like a little bit after the time the Hercules movie came out.
No, I totally don't remember.
It was basically like carbonated ketchup.
Wow,
That's the best way to describe it.
That's off. Maybe that's what Burger King needs to do to get back.
Good, I'm not gonna lie.
To get back into people's.
Buy them in grocery stores, right? Especially since we're all shopping.
Remember when sriracha was underground?
Listen.
Ooh, my hot take. I think I already said this before, but Mambo sauce is the next sriracha.
Oh yeah. Man,
how long do you think it'll take before Mambo sauce goes national?
2 years?
2 years?
Maybe 5 at most.
I mean, once places like Mission Barbecue start dropping in like a Mambo sauce.
Oof. Yeah, somebody's got to put it on there. Like it's got to show up in like a niche DC restaurant, right? And then Kylie Jenner's got a blog about it, and that's just a fair reminder that none of this is normal.
But what should be normal is ordering Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, Flesh and Blood, Pokemon, card games, supplies, board games at tokenmtg.com, and if you use the promo code Ziggy, you can get 10% off of your order.
That's Ziggy at tokenmtg.com, and once again, you guys can find us at the Flood Pod on everything.
And that is on everything.
Thank you again, Astro Hair Genie, once again for joining us this week.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you guys again sooner than you think.
Hopefully.
Deuces.
Bye.
Look, it's a flood! It's a flood! It's flooding!
Get away!
Quick, we need to get to higher ground!
Open the floodgates!
Wait, why can't we talk about It black is stuff? time to